This is Jean. So, what is the difference between a perimeter overflow and a vanishing edge pool? And this first pool that we're looking at on the right-hand side, it has a vanishing edge. The rest of the pool is a normal type of pool. However, the spa is slightly different to a common spa. And the spa has a edge, a flow over, which goes across all four sides of the spa. Now, this becomes a perimeter overflow spa. And the reason it's called perimeter overflow, or one of the names it is called, is because the water flows over the perimeter of the spa. In the next image or photograph, there is a vanishing edge pool. And now what we see on the back of it is a narrow channel area or gutter system. And that's where the water is captured when it flows over the edge. And then the water goes into a surge tank and is pumped back up to the pool. But this water does not flow over all four edges. It only flows over three of the edges, and so therefore it is a vanishing edge, also known as an infinity pool. The next one has a water feature, but again, water flows over three edges or three walls, goes down into a catch basin, and it comes back up and is pumped back up via the waterfall, and so there is a continuous cycle. The vanishing edge or infinity pools are absolutely perfect for locations such as green, lush backgrounds or ocean view, lakeside view, and of course, city view. This is a perimeter overflow pool, and what we see is that the water flows over all of the edges or the entire perimeter. It goes down into a slot and into a gutter system. The gutter system around the pool is actually hidden, and it is underneath the first 12 inches of the stone, and it is supported by some sort of a structural mechanism. These pools are very reflective. And here is another. This is another, and it is a raised perimeter overflow. And we will see a few which are not raised. Now, the beauty of these pools as a perimeter overflow, also known as a zero edge pool, is they look larger because the water goes all the way to the edge of the pool wall. They improve small spaces and make them look a lot larger. They have a glass-like reflective quality, depending on the time of the day. They're very simplistic, but aesthetically, they are the best type of design. For swimming, they are much more superior than a traditional swimming pool because there is no turbulence from waves hitting any walls. The water flows over the edge now or edges. Now we do know that there are special requirements for the pool decking, which I am covering in other videos. Now this is again a slightly different version of a perimeter overflow and a vanishing edge pool. This is neither one nor the other, it is both. So what we have is we have the perimeter overflow on the decking side, which again does go down into a slot, then a gutter system, and into some sort of tank and is pumped back into the pool. But this also has a vanishing edge, and so it's the best of everything. The next one is more of a vanishing edge pool because the water does not flow over this fourth edge. It only flows over three of the edges, and it has some sort of glass, plexiglass look. Now we're coming down to, I have a beautiful pool as my conclusion, which I will show in a few moments. But this again is going to be a vanishing edge pool. And there are quite a few things about these pools that are extremely appealing. So the backdrop, obviously, and the ability to have several different pools as well always makes Vanishing Edge pool look more interesting. And then the last, here we go, the last image. This is my absolute favorite. So here is an example. There's some reflection in the water. There's a lot of mottling as well from the shadows and the sunlight. This is a perimeter overflow with a vanishing edge in the background. So it works very, very well. Again, different materials around it. We have wood on one side, concrete on the other side, for example, and some gravel on the front side. And this trough, or what's called the gutter system, is concealed. It's there. And these pools are probably one of the cleanest types of pools because their edges, which is the entire perimeter, is actually an huge skimmer. So in terms of lower chemicals, I should say, because they're cleaner and less chemicals are necessary because they just skim the debris and the dirt in a much better way than a traditional pool. Again, there's no turbulence from waves, so they're far more superior when it comes to swimming. And if you don't have a great, huge area for a perimeter overflow, there are swim-in-place systems that don't require a motor or jet system, and they really help you swim a long way in the same place, in a stationary place. So this video wants to show the difference between the Vanishing Edge pool and the Perimeter Overflow pool, which is a very aesthetically pleasing pool and becoming more popular these days. Now, when it comes to cost, they are definitely far more expensive than a traditional swimming pool.